Hey guys, today's case is about a small family that was heavily involved in their faith, and it was very important to them to give their life to God and to follow traditional values. And the family was Michael Blagg, wife Jennifer, and daughter Abby. They met, and it was serendipitous. And of course, they followed all the traditional rules: dated, engaged, married, home, baby. They had moved to South Carolina and had a great community of people around them, mostly all through church. And they were very happy there. But Michael had an opportunity to move up in his career and decided to take that. So that took them to Colorado, which is where the happy story ends. Unfortunately, Jennifer and Abby lost their lives. And stay tuned to find out exactly what happened to poor Jennifer and Abby.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Two Peas and a Crime Pod.
We are on episode 61.
61, yes. And we are at 36,000 followers. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah. So, thank you guys.
Thank you so
Our
much.
36,000 followers.
Yes.
We love you very much.
We are loving you.
And we've had some new commenters.
We do.
Someone who goes by Lucifer VD let us know that we were rude for saying things like, oh, today's case is a good one, because we shouldn't describe someone's murder as a good one. Okay, valid point, but let's be so fucking for real. One of the biggest podcast markets right now is true crime. Y'all are here.
You guys are the one
y'all
watching
are here
it.
listening. Y'all are here listening to us tell
Is it
these
because
grisly
it's
details.
not a good case? I mean, let's
Yeah.
get real. We want to hear a good case. It's about the weirdness of the case. I mean, we are fascinated.
The intricacies of the case,
by killers.
the detective work, what motivates these criminals and these terrible people, and
yeah,
and
we want to know, and how they caught them. That's good.
yeah, it's easy enough to chastise us for saying it's a good case if you don't listen to the whole rest of the case, because sometimes the cases that we say this is a great one, obviously it's not because there isn't tragedy involved, but it's because there's some really amazing detective work and teamwork involved that help bring justice to the family and put away this criminal before they do something again. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of shit we do that's disrespectful on our podcast, and I just feel like that's the thing you commented on.
Right.
I do so much. Last time you were giving a viewer discretion about child sexual assault, and I was like, is there lipstick in my teeth? Right in the middle of you giving a viewer discretion. That's rude and calloused and cold. Come on, call me out on something worth calling me out on. But there's another commenter, Esther. Hi, Esther. We've seen all your comments. We love all your comments.
Yes.
I love that you're, engaging, and I completely agree with you on what you said about to legitimize sex work. If you get the government involved,
it'll ruin it. Yeah.
Not good. Yeah, that's a catch-22, isn't it? Because the government ruins everything. So I tend to agree with you. I don't know what the perfect way to do that would be. I don't know that you can do anything anymore in the current state of our country's affairs, but
yeah, just don't even go there, Jesus.
Yeah. So, but you've had lots to say and comment on, and we've been reading and and discussing that.
Value your thoughts, yeah.
Yeah. So thanks so much, Esther, and we hope you're subscribed. I don't, maybe you can see, I can't, when I click on who's subscribed, it's only people with public profiles. So Esther's profile was not public, so I can't see if she's subscribed to us or not.
Right. No, you can't.
So I hope you're subscribed, Esther, because we appreciate your comments and we want to keep hearing them. So,
Absolutely.
and Lucifer, you too. I hope you're subscribed, Lucifer VD, and you can just continue to tell me how
What a
heartless I am.
callous, cold-hearted, snaky bitch you
You're
are.
a cold-hearted snake.
Girl.
Yeah. That's Paula Abdul.
I know.
Oh, okay. I figured that you did, but yeah, I don't care. Haters gonna hate. You can subscribe and hate on. I don't know. Tell me all the things about me that are terrible. I know I'm all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
So, how are you, Mom?
I'm good. I had a nice week. It's beautiful outside. I bought some flowers and I bought a bird bath. Did you see it when you came in?
No, I'm barely alive right now.
I can tell. Your energy is just so off. Like your aura is
Yeah.
a little cloudy today.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel a little cloudy.
You just look a little Eeyore-ish.
That's accurate. Yeah, that's very accurate. I feel like someone pinned my tail on wrong.
Oh.
But anyways, you bought a bird bath?
I got some yellow begonias. That's my favorite flower, favorite color.
Begonias are very beautiful.
I love begonias. And then I got some purple, I think they're called flax or flanks with a PH. They're just cute little purple. Do you know what they are?
Yeah. I think you're just saying it wrong.
Flax.
Phlox. Yes.
I know it was something like
The little
that.
purple, like ground cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, they grow in and yeah, they're really pretty. Phlox.
And I got pansies, purples and yellows and violets. I love them. Used to plant them with my grandmother. She would let us pick the pansy we wanted
I
to
know.
plant.
Grandma Ann used to let me pick pansies too.
Okay.
But now I just look at them as I don't know, I have just a deep disrespect for annuals.
Oh, because you have to plant them every year.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is the point?
I know begonias are annuals.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But I got the bird bath. It's beautiful. Heavy as hell. I don't even know how I got it into the cart, let alone into my car, let alone into
Some
the
shopper's
front thing.
adrenaline.
That's what it was. But yeah,
Spring
it's
has sprung, guys.
it's beautiful weather,
Yeah.
and it's just that time of year with flowers and sunshine. I laid out in the sun yesterday for an hour and a half. Got a little sun.
I thought about coming and just taking a nap in the sun with you, but considering I'm already dehydrated, I'm not supposed to be in the sun, I thought, I ought not.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer because
Yeah.
I liked last year when you were able to lay out with me a little bit.
I'll get there. I just need to rehydrate. That's all. I just need to fix whatever's going on. So, yeah, I got my blood pressure medication doubled because my blood pressure kept spiking so high. And so he took me from 10 milligrams of lisinopril to 20.
Yes.
But then I didn't notice that on the bottle, I just didn't notice that it also had 25 milligrams of the HCTZ in it, the hydrochlorotazine. I can't remember exactly the name right now, but it's a diuretic. It's a water pill.
Oh.
And so I started taking that like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago now or whatever, and I didn't realize that there was this other medicine tacked onto it. And I don't really retain water. I've never had any swelling or water retention. I'm actually like typically always dehydrated, like never hydrated enough, never retaining any kind of fucking water.
Right.
And I didn't realize I was taking this medicine that was going to make me like piss out all my fluids. And I didn't adjust or anything for that. And I didn't pee any more than I normally do. Like I didn't notice.
You didn't notice.
I didn't notice like, God, I can't stay out of the bathroom. I'm pissing every 5 seconds. I didn't notice that at all. Like my amount of times going to the bathroom a day did not change, or how much I was going didn't increase or anything. I just noticed that after like 5 days or a week or whatever, that my pee was like orange. It was so yellow.
Yeah, that's not good.
I was like the most dehydrated I've ever been, and I just felt like my whole body was filled up with sand, and I just felt like absolute shit, and I looked like a corpse. Like, the darkness under my eyes was
Yeah.
so bad. And I was like, dude, what is going on? Like, am I getting a bladder infection? Like, what's the deal? Like, what's up? And I like checked my medicines, because I was like, well, I just started, taking new medicines and stuff. And I checked, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's probably why. I pissed out whatever tiny little bit of fluid that I did have in me.
Right.
And I haven't been drinking enough.
It's almost like they want your blood to be sludge in order to not have high blood pressure.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but it doesn't make sense to me, because he didn't ask me, like, he didn't check me for edema. He didn't ask me if I've noticed any swelling or anything like that. And that's certainly not a part of the problem. And
No.
I don't really think that I need a water pill. Like, I just don't think that's part of my problem.
Maybe you should call them and tell them
Like,
what's going on.
I actually think that I need to hydrate more. Like, I think my blood runs through me like 5W30 oil. And I need to fucking drink a little bit and thin it out so that my heart doesn't have to, like, pump this sludge blood. Like, yeah. So my levels are just off right now. I just don't feel quite right. I kept wondering why I was getting so fucking dizzy. Every time I stood up, I was, like, dizzy and just feeling, like, really out of it constantly. And then I helped my brother all day Saturday clean his fucking garage. And I was sweating, and
it's like a
3.5 stall
garage. And the entire thing was full of boxes,
like
and
5 foot
crap,
high, the whole thing.
and just things overflow. They moved.
Now, granted, Christopher did more than me, because my brother bought a shed, so we were taking a lot of the, like, oh, we have these decorations we only need once a year, or the lawn tractor. So a lot of that was going down to the shed, and I only made 2 or maybe 3 trips down to the shed and back, and it's not far. It's probably maybe 150 yards. Maybe it's basic. It's like a standard city lot.
It's far for me,
It's really not that far for a 35-year-old woman. It's
and it's
not.
on a slope.
It is on a slight incline, not crazy. I only made it like 2 or 3 times, and that was Saturday, and it's Wednesday now, and my calves are still completely locked up and hurt and cramped. And I've been trying to just desperately, like, hydrate, and Elliot was like, here, pick up this weight, and I, like, deadlifted a weight, and I put it down, and, like, immediately, like lost vision, and was like, oh. And Marissa's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, it'll come back. I just need a second.
I
like,
just think you should let the doctor know what's going on.
so
How's your blood pressure been? That's the thing. Have you been taking it?
I haven't had any of those feelings, like it's fluttering, so I haven't checked it, but I need to check it. I bet it's been right on point to, like, low is my guess, but I haven't checked it.
Check it today.
I'm kind of just giving up. I just
My
don't
poor
care.
girl. I know
Nobody
you're so
fucking
disillusioned by the
nobody
doctor.
fucking listens to me. I don't know why I got put on a water pill. That does not make any sense to me. Like, I get that the diuretic portion of it is not the only reason that you would take HCTZ or whatever. Like, there's other things going on with it, but that's just not at all. Like, I just don't think I needed that. And I don't know. I'm just frustrated, and then the methotrexate that I take, which is like the chemo meds that I take once a week, my rheumatologist was like, well, we haven't seen you, so we can't refill that. And I was like, I've been trying to see me. You guys wouldn't see me because of my insurance, and you wouldn't let me pay out of pocket. And you guys were like, no, you're poor. You can't come here. And I was like, I've been going to my other doctors. He checked my kidney function. He's on it. Like, and they were like, well, we need to pull your records from Altman then. And I was like, call and pull them. Go. Like, I'm telling you to do that. Call right now. Get them.
Yeah, that's what was going on last time.
I'm telling you what's up. I haven't gotten anything that says that my methotrexate was refilled. And that's tomorrow would be the second week that I've now missed it if it's not refilled. But
I need to get into my, what's her name? Shelley
Duvall.
from Terms of Endearment. Give my daughter the shot!
I don't know what that is.
You've never seen Terms of Endearment?
I don't think so. Does she freak out and advocate for her daughter?
Her daughter's dying of cancer, and she's in pain. And she
Oh.
goes to the nursing station and said, "Could you give my daughter the shot?" And she says, "Yes, I was just about to do that." And she's like, "Oh, good."
And then
And
like
then
another
she just sits
hours
there and she's on the
passed.
computer, and she goes, "My daughter needs a shot. You know, she only has to hold out until 10 o'clock. It is 5 after 10 right now."
Yeah.
And she
No
just
one's
totally
listening.
flips out and says, "Give my daughter the shot." And the nurse jumps out of her seat. And
Well, luckily I don't have cancer, and I'm gonna
I
be
need to
okay.
call you. I need to turn into
I
her.
just-
It's I think her name's Shelley. She's from, Steel Magnolias. She's Weeza in Steel
I don't know
Magnolias.
what that lady's name is. I don't know if you said it, if I'd even know, but I think I know who you're talking about, though.
She
I
got
just-
like red hair.
Yeah. I can picture her face, but I don't actually
Okay.
think I know her name.
Okay. I can't remember. It's just not in my filing cabinet. It used to be. Just so many things are dissolving.
That happens to the best of us. But
My poor girl.
I'll be fine.
I just want to
Need to hydrate and
shake somebody.
need to level these meds off, and yeah, I just haven't had the energy to call the doctors, like straight up. Just
You're always, I should be able to do this.
I should
What
be.
is the reality? It's not what I should be able to do. It's what am I able to do? And that's okay that you're not able to be Superwoman. I know your levels of what you're able to do aren't the same as they were 10 years ago. And that's just life. It's not what should I be able to do? What are other people my age able to do? It's what am I able to do?
Why would anyone want to deal with that? I don't want to deal with this. Why would anyone want to put up with that and choose this life?
Have you seen Christina Applegate has a book out?
Yes. Yeah. She has MS. Yeah.
Yes.
She's a superhero.
She's in bad shape right now.
Yeah, she is. I saw that she was at the hospital the other day. I really hope she's okay. I did. I read a report that, and then I saw a flash of something that said that she's commented on dealing with MS and now being like so public, like dealing so publicly with it. I didn't click the link to. I did not click the link to read what it said. But I was wondering if she was going to comment on like it's made it harder or it's made it easier. You know what I mean? Like I wonder which way that it was going to go with that. Like, once she puts it out there and then you open yourself up to people commenting one way or another, that is a lot of energy flow.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
is that did that help her? And like, was it a good energy? And did it like alleviate some of the stigma and stress of going through something like that? Or was it a bad, like, was it too much? Did it, I don't know.
I kind of feel like anytime you just give up the need to be in control of everybody else's opinions and you just live yourself authentically, and it's kind of what I was saying to you just a second ago.
Yeah.
It is what it is. This is where I'm at. I think that is a freeing kind of takes the weight off of your shoulders.
I don't disagree, but to have a book that becomes like a New York Times bestseller and then have to do like a book release tour and talk, and then the talk show people are going to want to ask you about it and go, like, that's a lot of energy.
Oh, for sure. I didn't know that's what you meant.
That's what I mean. Because I could write a book tomorrow and put it out, and I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about it. But
okay.
if I'm going
I totally
to
misunderstood where you were going with that.
if I'm going to
I thought you were
worry
talking
about-
about vibes when you said energy. I
Well,
thought you
yeah.
were talking about
I am.
positive vibes, negative vibes.
I am, but like that still goes into it, I think. I think that that's still a part of it. Like,
Okay. I don't think she's going to be able to tour. I think it's too much. She's at a place now where she's hospitalized and it's
yeah. No, I agree.
serious. So I think she just wrote the book as a way to say, hey, people, this is where I'm at. And if it helps you, good.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to try to make money from this book, like with the tour and talk shows. And it's probably not going to happen unless they come to her.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're still, one way or another, your phone is still beeping because you're getting comments on your Instagram feed and you're getting voicemails from the people wanting to ask you about your book, and your friends are texting you like, this is so great. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just still, is that energy or is that distracting from what's going on with you and like helpful?
I see.
Or is it something else like drawing your energy that's already depleted? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just,
now I get it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it's probably a little of both.
Yeah.
I love the title of her book. Do you remember what it is? It's actually the line from something that I know. Either it's a movie quote or a
I thought it was
poetry quote.
I thought it was just something like really simple, like this is me or something like that. Oh, You with the Sad Eyes. That's what it is.
It's the song. It's Cyndi Lauper. You with the sad eyes. Don't be discouraged.
Yes.
Apropos. It's hard to take courage. Yeah.
Oh, you know I love her so much. Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. Are you kidding me? Anyways, can we talk about crime?
We can talk about crime.
I have boogers dripping out of my nose that I'm just going to wipe on my shirt. I don't care.
Let's lighten your mood by talking about some horrible...
Yeah, why don't we talk about crime? That'll make me
people.
feel better, and then Lucifer can tell me I'm a piece of shit.
Oh, dear. So we have to give a viewer discretion, but I honestly can't remember what this case is about already.
She just makes a
So-
note at the top of her page that says, don't forget the viewer discretion. But then she was like, I've been typing out so many cases and editing so many that I can't remember where the hell I'm at. Let's just put out a general. We might talk
I've
about
got
rape.
serious
We
brain
might talk
fog.
about murder. We might talk about dismemberment, mutilation. Might talk about assault. Might talk about child crimes.
If I remember correctly, this is going to have some gore and
Al Gore?
not him.
Is this about climate?
And no. I guess murder.
Probably murder. They're usually murder.
So I wish I could remember more, but
I think it's so exciting
The brain
that-
fog hasn't been bad.
I think it's so exciting that this case is going to be a mystery to the both of us.
That's what's funny. You know how with the menopause thing, you get brain fog.
Yes.
And I never had any idea what that could even be until it hit me. And then you're just like, oh yeah, I just worked on this. I just worked on this script yesterday and I don't remember it.
It's a like so appropriately titled brain fog, because when you have it, it is quite literally like you're trying to like recall something in your brain and it's just a foggy
Just push
fucking
the
London
fog out of the
street and you're
way.
just like, where am I?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to
And
lunch.
you just feel like you've been deprived of oxygen a little bit. That's
But-
wild though.
I'm sorry that I have brain fog, people. I know you're like, this is so professional. I didn't even tell you that this is my lovely daughter Courtney because of the brain fog. And
She doesn't even know who I am anymore, guys.
I just wanted you all to know how listenable she is.
Well, Lucifer disagrees, and also Lucifer's gonna think that you're a very unprofessional bitch.
Yeah. This is really a good case. I remember that much.
It's great. This case is
This case is
This case
amazing.
is fun, fantastic.
We are wrong. We are not correct.
It's just one of those things where, yeah, I guess I could choose every single word that I say so carefully, and it is important to think before you speak. So saying that it's a good case, I'm not saying that I don't see where he's coming from with, like, that's a little fucking callous to say. I get it. You can't, I think when you put it all together, if you listen to the whole episode, like how many episodes by the end are we like sobbing and we're like, well, that was it, guys. See you next time.
I know.
Because
It's
like
obvious we care
do
about the
care
people.
deeply. You know what I mean?
And the thing about us, and we had another commenter that said, hopefully, I hope you get to start making the big bucks with this podcast, but I hope that you don't change. And she liked that we were unpolished and
Yes.
authentic.
Yeah.
And that's who we are. We're not trying to be, you know, another type of podcast that's very polished and very scripted and very newsworthy like. We're just two gals in our crime case place.
Yeah.
You know, we're two peas in a crime
We're
pod.
2 peas in a crime pod.
And that's us. That's the format. So we get it. Yeah.
I just hope
you're right.
Lucifer's out there commenting on every single crime pod. Like, this is in bad taste. You're being monetized for talking about the worst possible thing that happened in someone else's life.
Okay.
You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
do that. I just be fair. Just don't be a hypocrite. That's all I ask. Go tell every single fucking person. Go tell Bailey and
I'm pretty
my
sure-
favorite murder. Go tell all those bitches too. Like, you guys are gross.
I'm pretty sure I commented to him that he was the pot calling the,
The
kettle black.
Yeah. Like,
Because you're the one watching it. We're just reporting it. You know, you're the one that wants to be like, oh, what kind of a case we're going to get today?
yeah.
Oh, I got to get my case filled. Oh, I got to get my fix.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
And I'm not saying that that's what you do, but I don't think you're like, I love people so much that I want to hear about their demise so that I can care about it.
Right.
Come on.
No, we're all just morbidly curious.
Exactly. We're rubberneckers.
And like I've said from episode 1, like, I like to learn about these cases because I like to understand the psychology behind the criminals in an
I'm
effort
fascinated by it.
in an effort to try to make sense of things and to try to prevent future crimes if at all possible.
I just
So-
don't even go into it that deeply. I just know that I'm fascinated by it. I mean, yeah, it gets in there subconsciously. It helps you to, you know, have better intuition about things. You know, like my Uber ride in
You're
Cleveland.
just like, oh, blood. Yeah.
My Uber ride in Cleveland that looked like it might be something. I think I talked about it on here.
Yeah.
It looked like it might be something like a setup to get me, so I turned around and canceled the ride.
Yes.
But, you know, that's probably because of all of the crime stories that I've watched and learned that this might be a dangerous situation.
yeah.
Because me,
It's a wonder that you didn't get killed that night.
I look through I look through the rose-colored glasses and, you know, want to see the best in everybody and look at something like that and think, how can I help?
Yeah. Oh, looks like there's trouble ahead.
Can I tell you? We're going to take a little sidewinder.
Oh, okay. What?
Last night,
Did you do something stupid?
yes, I picked my rider up and drove him to Columbus.
Damn.
So it was a
Long
2-hour
haul.
It was a 2-hour trip. This man scared me to death for 4 hours. And this is why I am not I was scared driving down there with him. I made $85 for a 2-hour trip. And then when we got down there, he wanted to know if I would bring him back for another $85. And I was just like, man, that's $160 for 4 hours.
Did he just need drugs? What did he need in Columbus?
All right, well, first of all, let's talk about that because I've picked him up before.
Okay.
And he wasn't weird before. We did the trip. We went to Columbus and he told me a little story about why he was going to Columbus. His friend had come to visit him and left his wallet at his apartment and bought him an Uber to go down to take his wallet back. And so he was just delivering a wallet to his friend at this Stay America, whatever those are, the
Okay.
the hotels that you kind of stay by a week.
Yeah.
And I remembered him because where we got off, there was a Sheetz gas station, and he didn't have me go to the hotel. He had me go to the gas station. He said, I've got to use the bathroom. Can you just go to the gas station and then you can just stay there? I'll walk to the hotel and then I'll come back. And I was like, sure. But he got out of my car and he didn't go to the bathroom. He walked to the hotel, then he came back, and then he went like this and he went into the bathroom. It was just a little weird, but I just
Okay.
remembered it because it's not typical.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remembered his story because it just, none of it was typical. Well, this time I picked him up and he started the trip off.
My dang old dumb old friend left his wallet in my car again. I just made him Boomhauer, just so you know.
I don't know who that is.
King of the Hill.
Okay, I never watched
My
it.
dang old dumb old friend. Dumb old friend left his wallet again. I got to take it to Columbus again. Get on back.
Okay, I wish I knew what you were doing because it sounds hilarious.
Anyways, so did he remember you?
No.
Okay.
But the first thing he did was ask if we could stop at the gas station so he could get cigarettes and smoke half a cigarette. And I was like, perfect, because you're my first ride of the night and I only have half a tank of gas. And I knew we were going to have to stop at the Loves once we get on 71 for me to fill up. So let's just fill up right here. So that's what we did. And it worked out great.
Okay.
And then he was talking about something and it just left his head like a brain fog moment. And he was like, this is happening lately. And I was like, it happens to me all the time. I was like, but I'm 52. And he said, well, so am I. And I was like, oh, you don't look 52. And he was like, well, I should look 100 after the week I've been through. And I was like, oh, wow, what's going on with you? And he said, well, I've been in therapy, and I got to tell you, from the age of 4 till last Friday, I thought I had demons attached to my body.
Cool.
Yes.
Please get in my car.
And this is the beginning of the ride.
Okay.
Now we've got 2 hours.
Now, in hindsight, did he seem like there was demons with him last time? Just kidding. Keep going.
He seemed like the most precious man, sweet, caring, thoughtful, considerate, Christian, listened to Joyce Meyer, loves Joyce Meyer. His mother raised him in the church. And from the age of 4, she started doing at-home exorcisms on him because she could see demons attach themselves to him.
This is what he's telling you.
Yes. And he had recently gone to therapy. He said, my whole life I've just kind of been sad, but I never could pinpoint what the problem was. And he was like, I've just kind of had problems. I've just been different. And
Demons.
it's demons.
Thetans.
He thought he had demons. And he said, I do my best. I go to church and I don't want demons on me, but my mom can see them. He's a 52-year-old man that his mom still sees demons. And it's affecting him. And he believes it because he's a Christian. Like, he believes this to be real.
Well, yeah.
And then, so he went to therapy, and he's been in this group therapy, and everybody's so supportive and telling him how amazing it is that he's even not a killer because of the way that he's been raised.
Yeah, by a fucking schizophrenic. Like,
Well, then that's what I said. I was like, is your mom like schizophrenic or... And then I think I offended him, and he started telling me about how much he loved his mom. And then I was like, oh my God, the demon's going to come out any minute and slit my throat.
he's not, he does love his mom.
He did.
He
He
doesn't,
adored her.
he doesn't want to speak bad about her, but
And this is what was precious about him, is he was like, I know what I need to do now, and I'm learning, about my boundaries, but I won't confront my mom with this and that she was wrong in doing this. Why? Because for the last, I think he said 15 years, she's been living in constant pain, and she's addicted to Vicodin or some kind of painkiller because she has chronic pain. And he was like, she's already in pain. She doesn't need any more. She's not going to agree with me. It's going to hurt her feelings if I say something.
Right, it's not going to go over well.
So, and that's what I mean by he was a thoughtful person, but it was scary because here's why. When he stopped talking And then I click my little button, which lets my movie play in my ear. I was listening to Sphere with, you know, that one.
Yeah.
This is what I heard. Just for 20 minutes straight. In the backseat, he's just whispering to himself. And I'm like, is he talking to the demons? Is that the demon talking through him? Maybe he's schizophrenic too, and that's why he believes there's demons attached to him. And I was just like, what's going to happen to me? Something bad's going to happen. So then I was just like, so I just didn't want him to talk to himself anymore because it was creeping me out.
Let's talk about sunshine.
I said, so you mentioned that you grew up in the church. Do you go to church now? And, you know, then he went into no, but he said, I listen to Joyce Meyer regularly. He was like, as a matter of fact, I've got her in my ear, and I'm listening to her. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, maybe he was just praying,
Yeah.
speaking in tongues or something. And he said, you know, I told my mom that I love Joyce Meyer and how much she has helped me. And all my mom could say was, I hate her. And he's just telling me these stories about his mom and his sister and how much they hate him. And anyways, I was afraid of him. I couldn't wait to get him out of my car. And then he said, I have a really hard time getting any Uber drivers to drive me from Columbus up to Canton. Do you think I could pay you $85 to take me home? And I was just like, you're making some kind of a drug deal. You're telling me you're off drugs.
Well, maybe he's getting his mom. Wait, he told you that he had been on drugs and he's off? Or
Yeah, he said he went through rehab. And that's where the therapy started with all this other stuff.
Oh, because I started thinking maybe he was trying to score his mom Vicodin or something. You know, maybe he.
I don't know. Because it turns out that he's on no contact with her.
Oh.
That's what they suggested he needed to do until he better understood his issues. And he just needed no contact because she was.
Yeah, he's dealing with a lot of stressors right now.
Yes. So we drove home. I took him up on it. But that's what I'm trying to say is I see somebody in need and I'm a bleeding heart. And I'm just like, okay, I'll take you home. Even though you're scaring me to death and I feel like you're going to pull a knife out and slit my throat and it's the demons. But on the way home, he was whispering to himself again. I could just hear him. You couldn't make out words. But then as we got closer to home, he started talking lowly. It was like, because we were on the highway and it was raining.
This was hard to hear.
The sound of the tires was loud.
Yeah.
So but he was talking by now to himself and I just couldn't understand what he was saying. But I'm really freaking out. And we finally get to his apartment and he says, he goes, it's official. He was just, I saw him in my rearview mirror because he was on the side of it and he just got in the middle and he was like, it's official. And he was like looking at me in the rearview mirror and he's like in the middle of the seat and he was all peppy all of a sudden. He goes, it's official. This is my coming out year. And I swear to God, what I heard was, it's official. There's cum all over back here.
You're paying for that. I'm getting my car detailed. It's his coming out year.
I said, what? And then he repeated himself, and I still thought he said there was cum all over back here.
You were just ready to hear what the demons were telling you.
He had me totally freaked out. I was so glad when he got out of the car. Nice guy. And I always want to see the best in people. But there was that little still small voice in my head that said, this guy's a loose cannon, and you don't know. You don't know.
Like I said, he's dealing with a lot of triggers right now, and who knows? Maybe if you wouldn't have been smart or understood where he was coming from, and you'd have said, like, well, your mom sounds like a bitch, or, you know, or said something that he found not helpful or threatening, or that made him stop and really think and like, wow, like, you're right, I have been fucked up, and made him really sad. You know, you don't know, you know.
He was very thankful for the ride and thanked me for listening. He was like, "Thank
Did
you
you
so
take
much
him
for
to the
listening."
same place again?
Yeah. It was the same gas station, hotel.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyways, that was my little story. I thought this guy came all over my back seat while I was driving.
He released his demons in your
I
car.
came all over back here. Something like that. That's what I thought he said. I came all over back here, and he said, "This is my coming out year." There's come all over. There's come all over back here. That's what I thought he said.
This is coming.
It's official. There's come all over back here. That's what I thought he said. I literally thought he said that because that's how crazy I thought he was.
You were just absolutely ready for something gross and or terrible to happen. He's been back there whispering to himself and jerking off.
I forgot to say that. I heard a rhythmic noise and I thought to myself that he was jerking off, but it wasn't like the
Well, one of you had schizophrenia.
it wasn't like
No,
that.
please make the jerking off sound again. Do that for the audience. Lean closer to the mic.
I can't do it.
No, keep trying.
You know what I'm saying?
No, do it one more time.
No. I will not be here for your gratuitous laughter.
Am I getting
it?
it?
Wasn't that. It was more like this.
He was rapping.
So I thought maybe, he was just rubbing through his clothes. I didn't know. But anyways, it was in my head. And he's talking to himself. And there's this noise. And then he said, "It's official." It's come all over the place.
You were so fucking paranoid.
It was.
You were just driving there and he could have been like, "Hey," you'd have been like, "Ah!"
Yes. Oh, dear Lord.
Oh.
Tales of an Uber driver.
Can you imagine him telling his side of the story? Like, the lady started off really nice, and then she acted like she didn't want to give me a ride home, but then she did. And then by the end of the ride, she was just like completely on edge and unhinged and like jumped every time I moved, or like I think her meds wore off and she started freaking out. Like, can you imagine his side of the story?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord, Mom. Oh, God. Mom's just like, "Please don't have your dick out. Please don't have your dick out."
Exactly. Oh, my God. Let's do our case.
Yeah, please tell me about the case.
Okay. So this is a case of Michael Blagg, Blagg.
Okay.
It's about a perfect union between a Christian man and his wife that turned evil.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. This is where we're going.
The demons.
So his wife's name was Jennifer Lohman Blagg. Lohman was her maiden name.
Okay. Why is your dog crying so much?
She is so sad. I don't know.
What is she so sad? What is there to be that sad about? We do this all the time. She knows we're coming back up.
I know. It's unusual. She's sad about something. She was crying earlier when I was upstairs. And I was like, "Why are you crying?" I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right. Let's just continue.
She's just a sad pup.
She's a sad girl. You with the sad eyes.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about Jennifer. She was described by her friends as the sweetest girl growing up. Her faith was very important to her. She was looking for a family man who was a good Christian man. And she wanted to be a homemaker since she was a little girl. She didn't want to work. She wanted to take care of the home and have that traditional role.
They're calling that, what are they calling that? Trad wife now? Or I think they're calling it trad
like
wife.
traditional?
It's like traditional wife. It's like
Trad
trending,
wife.
like hashtag trad wife or something like that. And it means traditional wife because there's like a group of people or like an uprising of people who were like, I don't want to feel like in order to be feminist, or maybe they don't even take it that far, but like in order to say that I'm a feminist, I don't want it to be like mutually exclusive, that like I'm a feminist so I could never be a traditional wife and not have a job and stay home and just be a homemaker and take care of my kids and my husband.
Yeah, it is a job.
Yeah, and there's like a whole group of people who are like, wow, sue me. I want to be a stay-at-home mom and I want to take care of my husband and I want to
But I
clean
still
the
want
house.
rights.
Right, but like I'm not, like it doesn't mean that I don't have self-respect or this and that. So
Did you hear about the new law they put through? Women have to wear a bra in Columbus.
I don't know if that's true.
It's going through. It's something they're trying to make a law.
Okay, that makes more sense. 'Cause
Women-
they put all kinds of dumb
It
shit
has to
through
do with trannies.
Don't say trannies.
I don't know how else to say it.
Transsexuals.
I love you, trannies.
Mom says it with so much love in her heart.
I am not being, I like when I call Asians, or no, I called them Orientals. And Courtney said that's not what they go by.
Don't say that.
I-
It's like when I say like, oh my God, that's so gay.
I just
but
don't
I mean
know-
it like that means I love it and I want to be a part of it and it's wonderful.
It's because I'm ignorant, not because there's anything wrong with you.
Yeah. Mom just thinks that it's okay to say trannies and like, no, the content that's like,
I love RuPaul, and she's got a song called Tranny Chaser. That's where I get the tranny word from.
okay.
It's,
But I think it's like, if I'm not mistaken, and if I'm speaking out of turn, because I'm not, a member of that community, but it's basically like the N-word.
oh,
Like
God.
if I
will
say,
never say it again.
if I say the N-word, it's like,
It's okay. It's okay if you are a tranny.
yes, you
To
have
say
to,
it.
like, if I'm Nelly and I'm singing it with, like, in a song with, like, a soft A at the end,
Okay.
I have that right, motherfucker, because I am, you know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
and I'm taking my power back by using it. But if I, Courtney, a little white girl,
Say it.
say it with an A or with a hard R,
It's terrible.
nope, somebody getting smacked, right? I think it's the same connotation. To say tranny is like an outdated. It's like retard. It's like fat. It's like these things that have been like.
I follow Taylor Winters, who I have a crush on.
No, there's nobody that
Taylor
loves.
Winters is a transsexual man.
Yeah, there's nobody that loves the transsexual community or the LGBTQA. I don't know all the thing. I'm trying to stay up to date.
My granddaughter and I play with Barbies, and we do the RuPaul Drag Race show. And
Catwalk, yes.
yes, I play the music on my phone, and
Yeah.
my granddaughter dresses up the dolls, and
It's kind of you saying like I love trannies, I don't get it. That's kind of like in the same vibe as like my grandpa R.I.P. being like, I don't hate.
okay,
I don't know why you would say that, and you're like, Grandpa, you
Okay.
What are you can't say like because you just said that. That's why people think that.
I
You know what I
totally
mean?
get it now.
Does that make sense?
It's like your essay from third or second grade,
My essay.
and the
yes.
Polacks will not be
The
made
Pollock,
fun of.
right? And you're like, you don't understand how dumb you sound when you say yes, yes.
Okay.
That's the yeah.
She wrote an essay because her dad told a Polak joke. And I said, don't tell that in front of her. And she was like a little girl. And she was like, why not? And I said, because that's making fun of them. And this really affected her. She cared about it. So they had this essay about what you would do if you were president. She
And I
goes,
said, the blind would see, and the deaf would hear, and the Polacks would not be made fun of. And I was just, if I get elected president, I'm basically God, and I'm healing.
she's President Trump God.
Yeah, I am
Isn't that
Trump
what's going
God.
on now
Yes,
as
yeah.
Jesus?
I'm like a doctor, and I will heal you.
And
Blessed be thy name.
Polacks
So-
won't be made fun of anymore.
But yeah, so,
got it.
I think that you, just like with every generation, like my grandpa thought that he wasn't racist because he didn't hate black people. He just hated people who didn't do things that he liked and they happened to be black. You know what I mean? Like every generation. And then I was able to see the hypocrisy in him. Now, my kids will see my inherited biases that maybe I don't realize. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think you have any.
I think that I try to be very aware of mine. I think that, like when I drove through Canton and like black people would be walking around on the streets, I'd feel like you need to lock your car. And then I had to ask myself, why don't I feel that same way when I'm in Canton South and white people are walking around? What's going on there, Courtney? I think you need to address it within yourself. Like,
That's deep.
That's an inherited, that's a bias that I grew up with that was subliminal that I didn't even realize that I got. But yeah, I think you need to check in with yourself and ask, like, where did that come from? Is that valid? Is that just blatantly racist, and do self-work throughout. But so I'm saying check in with yourself and say, if I love this community so much, should I use better pronouns, terminology? Should I,
I should, and I will, because I do not want to be offensive to the people that I love.
Right.
But if they pass a law that says women have to wear a bra, I am starting a revolution.
Mama's tits out.
I
guys.
am going to be tits out all the time. I don't care how many times I get arrested. I will burn my shirts and just go topless with no bra and just arrest me. I'm going to Walmart and no pasties or anything. Just
Nothing.
Nope.
Do it.
That's what it will
Fuck the
be. And I will
police.
start a revolution, and all of us women can do that together. We can just,
I'm taking a trip to Columbus just to let my titties sag.
we can congregate with our long boobs. Or perky ones, depending on, how lucky you are.
Right. Either way.
Okay.
This conversation all started by talking about traditional wives.
She wanted to be a homemaker. We're talking about Jennifer Blagg.
I don't know how we got so far. Well, now I do, because you said tranny, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Unless you are talking about a transmission, you need to chill the fuck out with that.
My daughter, she's always checking the brakes for me. All right. I think that's what I meant to say. She's pumping the
brakes, yes.
Okay. After graduating high school, Jennifer headed west to attend college as a business major, and she chose San Diego, California.
Okay.
All right. So she rarely went. Sorry.
Don't you start with your acid reflux again.
It was just a belch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to do that again. I didn't even drink coffee today.
She was so worried about acid throat. Lizard breath.
That was a little acidy.
Knock it off. Read
What
the
the
story.
heck is going on with me? And I didn't even bring my Tums down here. Okay, continue. She rarely went to parties. She was, just a straight shooter, going to school. That's what I'm here for. But there was a rare night out at a party. And when she was there, she met this guy. His name was Michael Blagg. And he was actually in the Navy, and he had been stationed there in San Diego. Apparently, he came from a very wealthy and privileged family, and he was locally considered a catch.
Okay.
Jennifer was instantly drawn to his good looks, but it was his deep faith in God that really drew her to him.
Of course, if that's what's important to you, then that's going to be a huge deal.
Yes, that's what really mattered. So to really add to his attractiveness, then, this is something that her friends knew. He was a helicopter pilot for the Navy, and Jennifer had always said she was going to marry a pilot since she was a young girl. So he's got the looks, loves God, he's a pilot in the Navy, he's a catch.
I think girls do this. We have this kind of like list in our head of like what would make the perfect guy. And even though we know that like, well, it doesn't have to follow that exactly. Like it's always kind of in the back of your mind. Like, but what if I wrote out 100 things, like down to like,
Some people do that.
A freckle on the left chest. You know what I mean? Like, just like, what if I got real specific? And then that's when it all fell into place, I'd know that that's the one. You know what I mean? And
Didn't she do that in Practical Magic? One blue eye, one green eye makes star-shaped pancakes.
I think you're right. Yes. Like you have this little like and some of us, I don't want to say give up on that, but realize that it's like that's a little unrealistic. Like calm the fuck down. A person can be perfect without fitting like your little criterion, you know what I mean? But
Yes.
if they do, if everything does start like falling into line and seeming like there's this synchronicity and it's like,
Well, especially
that's
if you
very
put
special.
faith in it.
Yes.
She had this huge faith in God that he was going to bless
God
her.
brought her the one that fit the list that she made.
Yes. So Michael was truly a Prince Charming, and he doted on her. He seemed to find pleasure just in taking care of her, and she seemed to bring out his softer side.
Yeah.
So, he's this Navy pilot, but he's doting on her and, you know. So after 2 tours in Desert Storm, Michael retired and got a job as an engineer. In 1991, Jennifer and Michael were wedded.
Okay.
So they had a daughter 4 years later named Abby.
Okay.
And they moved to Simpsonville, South Carolina to put down roots. So that's where they chose to be. It was a small town, and it was a close Christian community in the town. So that's what appealed to them. Jennifer had it all. She was living her dream, and she immediately began serving at her church, and Michael started co-teaching Sunday school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so they were living it just how they wanted to. Jennifer found women in the community that she could really connect spiritually with. And together, they would get together and talk about what it was like to be a woman. Oh,
me.
goodness.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Bless
Big
you.
sneeze. I thought I could stop it, but I couldn't. Okay, so you said that she found like a community of women who lived like the traditional wife style and
Exactly. So they would talk about what it was like to be a woman, being believers, serving their husbands, being mothers. And what they found, it was important for them to make sure that they were always serving God in all that they did. So
That makes
they put
sense.
God first before everything that they were in life. So
which is what the Bible tells you to do, which is how you're supposed to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were walking the walk, not
Yeah.
just talking the talk.
Yes.
Okay, so they were very traditional in their Christian views, in other words, supporting the man as the head of the household.
Yeah.
Michael had the kind of traits of a strong traditional man. He saw himself as the protector of his family, and he was the sole provider, and he really looked after his family. But to Jennifer's friends, Michael seemed to be very controlling and overprotective to them. So Jennifer, what they found is if they were going to meet for coffee, Jennifer had to call Michael the moment she arrived. And then she'd have to call him again before she left to say, I'm on my way home.
Okay, so even her friends who are very like put God first, and God says that there's a family hierarchy to follow, and I need to respect my man, and I need to serve him, and serving him is serving God. Like even her friends that were of like this
The same mindset, yes.
were able to be like, but this guy seems a little controlling.
That's a little much.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't think that's what God meant, homie. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So Michael had to approve her hairstyles. And if 4 o'clock came and the house wasn't set for Michael to come home, she would be in a panic. Like if her friends were there and she noticed it was 4 o'clock,
Like 3:45, and
Yeah.
like she didn't.
they'd have to leave. They weren't allowed to be there when he arrived home because he wanted things his way. When he got home, the environment needed to be how he wanted it. And she would panic if it wasn't.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with wanting to please your spouse, right? But if you feel panicked at the thought of displeasing them, there's something off in that relationship dynamic.
Well, I can see like a part of that is like my husband worked really hard all day long and comes home and doesn't want a house full of, he doesn't want to be, he's overstimulated. He wants to come home and like just be able to vibe out at his house. And that's something that's important to him. And I want to respect that. Okay. I can respect that. Like, I get that. But then like, it's just the fact that if you feel that you need to panic, that there's going to be some sort of like discourse, like, okay, so I respect that by like, I go to Julie's and hang out there, and then I didn't really, we were talking and we were reading the Bible together, and now it's 5 and I didn't start dinner quite yet, but I'm going to come home, and he'll just be like, you know what, it's okay, because thank you for giving me the space that I asked for. I came home to a quiet home. I sat in my chair. I read the paper. I decompressed.
Yeah,
we're going to have dinner a little bit later today. No big deal. Like, I'm giving and you're giving. That's where, like, to me, that's the difference. Like,
yes,
I don't think that there's anything wrong with being like, my husband doesn't like people over when he gets off work. That being said, I don't think it can be every single day of your life.
Yeah,
like,
this is about
she's never allowed to have.
Like, she's going to displease him, and he's going to be very displeased enough that she's panicked.
Yeah, I think you can just tell in the way, like, when you see it, you'll know it. Like, it's hard to put your finger on it, but just like that look of like, oh fuck, like he's not going to be happy.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Jennifer brushed off Michael's behavior to her concerned friends, and she just said Michael took things as very black and white, and he was a traditionalist, and he was very interested in being respected and highly regarded in his endeavors in life. So it was like a sign of disrespect if she didn't have things his way.
And that might be very true. He might be very black and white, but marriage is about give and take. And if she's willing to like always bend to his ways, like, where is his ability to bend to her ways? Where is his ability to find a gray area in anything? Or to say, like, okay, like, I'll give, like, it can't always be his way or the highway. That's not a good relationship.
What's the saying? Is it intense in purposes or intensive purposes? For all intents and purposes.
There you go.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Like when I said mine as well, or instead of might as well, like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, I didn't even notice. Might as well. Like, I'm an idiot. Intents and purposes.
Okay.
Yes.
He did dote over her and Abby. I mean.
But was it conditional?
It seems like.
Was the doting only if you're doing everything you're supposed to do? Yeah. Then I'll dote over you. But if you displease me, the doting stops.
Yeah. So if you don't.
It's just conditional.
If you see them at church together, you think, what a perfect family.
Yeah.
She loves him. He adores her. But if you're in their household and you're closer like her friends were.
Like if she was at the coffee shop with her friends and got home at 4:15 after him, which was displeasing to him, instead of being like, that's okay, you must have really been having a good time with your friends. You're never late. You always greet me at the door every day. And today's an outlier and you deserve to have a little bit of extra time with your friends. Like, it's okay. I'm still going to rub your feet later, like we always do at bedtime. That's doting.
We don't think that that's how it went.
Yeah. If it's that, if you do one thing, I'm immediately going to see the fault in it, and I'm going to treat you accordingly, and you're not going to get the doting love. There's going to be
compensation for that, or consequences.
Consequences for that. Yeah, that's not doting then.
Not that anybody ever saw any consequences. It was just the way she was panicked and the way she had to call him, and every
oftentimes
time.
people don't, which is why you hear time and time and time again, he was so sweet. He would never, like, they seemed like the perfect couple. They were always happy together. I'm totally blindsided by this.
That's so true.
Because you don't want to know why they seem like the perfect couple, because she was desperately trying to make them the perfect couple because she liked being treated well. And she was a more trad wife. Like, she did want to be serving to him. That actually was important to her. So she was trying to serve, and he was like, well, serve me this way to serve me better. And she said, yes, sir. That was important to her. Like, she took it very seriously. She did want to do the best, except for with those kind of people, it just, the bar always raises.
Right.
Like, it's, and nobody can live without any grace for making a mistake or not being perfect. Like,
Oh, well, yeah.
That's exhausting to be under that much pressure all the time,
It is.
knowing
It's
that
impossible.
you're not going to be met with any kind of grace from your partner.
Right. It's just very unrealistic.
Nobody's perfect. So,
All right. In 2000, which was
9 years after they were married.
only 2 years after moving to South Carolina,
Okay.
Michael had found a new job in Grand Junction, Colorado. So it was
Across
Grand
the
Junction,
country
Colorado.
to Colorado.
It was a move up in his career. He was going to be manager.
Okay.
And he decided to take the position without even asking Jennifer how she felt about it.
Well,
And she wasn't happy about it.
and at this time, you got to think they've lived there 2 years. She does have a circle of friends that knows her, that's paying attention, that's kind of getting vibes, that's getting close. And maybe he genuinely was moving to, move up the corporate ladder and to help his family, but didn't consider that she's leaving like a connection, like a place where they have comfort and safety and help. And
Right.
maybe he didn't do it maliciously to like take away her friends and leave her back to only relying on him. But that's part of what it did.
Yeah, because she loved her life there.
And maybe she would have said, I don't care if we make more money. Like, I'd rather scrape by and stay here because, like, I really love it here and we have a community and that's important to me. And
Yeah, that wasn't important to him.
yeah.
So basically, her friends just promised to stay in touch and get together as often as they could.
And that's not easy to do
No.
in this climate, in this society, and life with kids. Like, even with the best of intentions, it's not easy when you have young kids to
Right.
keep in touch across the fucking country.
It's not easy when you live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, no doubt. I was gonna say my best friends live in the same fucking county as me, and I haven't seen them in I don't know how long,
Yeah.
because we all have kids and we have job chasing and doing all this shit, and before you know it, like 4 months goes by, and you're like, hey, just a reminder that I love you and I
Yeah.
do care, but
It's hard.
and this was like
So-
pre-Facebook too. This was like MySpace days, but
Right.
yeah.
So Jennifer has to start all over in Colorado. And the first thing she did, of course, was
Join a church.
find a church. And she was seeking out new friends. And it was still the most important thing to her in her life. People described Michael as a very loving father and someone who absolutely adored his wife and took care of his family. But he was working long hours at this new job, and Jennifer was really struggling with depression and really trying to make the best of things. She was relying heavily on her faith in God to help her get through this time. She just tried to focus on raising Abby and taking care of the household, but she wasn't. It was hard. Then on November 13th in 2001, so about a year after they lived there, Michael left for work early as usual. And just as usual, he called her to check on her around 7 a.m., but she didn't answer. So he left her a message, and it was a pretty friendly message. And then at 11:46 a.m., he called her again, and she didn't answer, so he left her another message. And again, he's just leaving friendly messages, which doesn't sound like him, because normally he'd be like, why aren't you answering?
Why haven't you called me back? It's been 3 hours and I still haven't heard from you. Like,
Yeah, he
you
just
better have a
leaving,
good reason.
he's just saying like, hey, where are you? Call me back.
Yeah.
So at 2:08 p.m., he calls again, gets voicemail, so he leaves her another message.
Well, at this point, I feel like I can say this like with some amount of like understanding, because I've been married and I was in constant contact with my husband. We never went a day without texting each other. And a lot of it became routine and robotic. Hey, good morning. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, same bullshit, different day.
Mm-hmm.
What are you having for lunch today? How's this go? Like, it was the same day in and day out. Every once in a while, there'd be something different, but it was just the norm, and it was the usual. And if I would have gone without texting him back, or he would have gone without texting me back, regardless if there was a power control dynamic, regardless if there was love or control, like any of that, if one of us had not responded to the other, there would have been, not initially like a psycho, but if a full day went by, I would have thought either something happened or his phone dropped and busted. If his phone dropped and busted, it's weird that he didn't take a friend's phone and
To
say,
let you know.
"Hey, I'm texting from Justin's phone. I dropped my goddamn phone and I broke it. We'll go to the store tonight," or something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because he knows that I had anxiety, and if I didn't hear from him somewhat routinely, maybe not exactly at 11, but I would worry. And I like to know that he made it to work safely and stuff. And it wasn't a control thing. It was just a genuine, like, I just want to know that you got where you're going safe,
Right.
because the route, there's constantly deers. He was constantly hitting deers with the fucking car,
Oh,
you know?
jeez.
And he liked to know that everything was okay with me and the kids, you know? There was just this checking back and forth. So if it seems weird that if a whole day passed, and again, like, let's say she was giving the daughter a bath in the morning and dropped her phone in the tub and broke it. It seems weird that she didn't call from a house phone. There was most likely house phones still at this point in time to call him and let him know. Or that she didn't use the internet in some way. You know what I mean? There were other ways to let somebody know. If, like, there's almost no way to take it other than something bad happened, maybe not like death, but like a phone broke or something happened, or you're giving me the cold shoulder and you're ignoring me, like, and what the fuck, why? You know what I mean? Like, if Herb wouldn't have texted me before, I'd have been like, he's mad at me. You know, like, you just
Yes.
know your partner. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it seems weird that if there was this constant contact, that he would be like,
He just seems kind of lighthearted
Hey,
in the
like-
message.
you know, hope everything's okay. Haven't heard from you. Like,
It seemed to me it didn't fit with his personality of control behavior and
routine.
and if she's panicked that she doesn't get it right, then obviously he would have like a temper or something. Like it seemed like he'd
Or
be getting
why didn't he
like he'd
message
be getting
back?
irritated.
Why didn't one of the messages say, like, you know how much it upsets me when I don't hear from you, and then
Chris-
you leave me worrying all day long, like you're really there. And I used to say this to her one time during the day. I'm trying to chase 3 kids around, and like Herb would call me every once in a while, and it would be something that could have been a fucking text, and it would
Right.
just make me nuts. And the one time I was trying to go to the bathroom, and he called me, and my phone was too far away, and I didn't want to like get up with like shit on my ass, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna finish going, and then I'll call. Before
Right.
I even finish going, he calls again, and as I'm going to answer my phone, I was like, there better be a good fucking reason why you're calling me back to back. Like, lay the fuck off, give me a break. I'm trying to take a shit. And I answered my phone, and he had been in a car accident.
Oh jeez.
And then and he wasn't hurt. Everything was fine. He had a telephone pole. It was just swerving because somebody was swerving in him. Everybody was fine. He wasn't hurt. The truck was hurt. That was it. But I couldn't stop crying. And I felt so guilty that I said that, and that I put that out there, and that I was being such a bitch, and I like raced to the scene
The
of the
one
accident crying, and was like, I felt terrible that I was just like overstimulated, and said like, there better be a good goddamn reason. And so,
And there
like,
was.
but yeah, that's how marriage is. You'd be like, is there a reason you're not
That's
fucking calling me
hilarious.
back? Like,
So I called Chris when I was Ubering. I was falling asleep. And he always says, I don't care what time it is. If you're falling asleep, I'm coming home from Cleveland. He helps keep me awake.
yeah.
And he didn't answer, which was unusual. And I called him a second time and he didn't answer. And I was a little irritated by it, but I was like, there must be a good reason. So when I got home, I was like, hey, I tried to call you, but you didn't answer. And he was like, oh, I had my phone silenced for my lessons. I forgot to.
Unsilence it. Yeah.
And he's not supposed to have me silenced. I'm supposed to be in his favorites so that I come through no matter what.
Okay.
And because what if I need him? But so then I left the next day and I was heading to like Clay's house or something, and he had left for work, and he passed me heading back to the house as I was heading out, and he had already left for work, and I was like, oh, there he is. So I called him, and he didn't answer, and now I'm mad. So I left a shitty thing.
Voicemail.
I was like, this is the third time you haven't answered when I called, and I gotta be honest, it's really kind of irritating. And then I hung up.
Like, let's be so for real. If you're on a crime show and you're hearing a voicemail from a couple that's been married for years, it better sound like that. Not like, hey, dear, just wondering where you are. It's been 7 hours I haven't heard from you. I'm sure you're fine, though. Just wanted to tell you how much I love you. Like,
Right.
Be so for fucking real. You would be like, you better have fallen in the backyard and broke your fucking legs if you're not answering your goddamn phone after 7 hours. Like, that's what a real married couple would be.
Well, guess why he didn't answer his phone and why he was heading back? He forgot his phone at home. So then I felt really bad.
I'm sorry, my honey bear, honey love, sugar bear. I love you so much. I can just picture Chris like,
That was me. I felt so bad afterwards. He was like, yeah, I left my phone at home. I had to race home to get it. And there I am leaving nasty messages on it like he's just trying to irritate me.
yeah.
He's just innocent. He's just an innocent guy trying to go to work. He forgot
He's
his phone.
just trying to do the most. And
You don't need to hear shit from his wife. He's working his ass off. I felt really bad. All right, but okay, so he's leaving these messages. By 4 p.m., he hasn't heard from her at all, so he decides to go home and check on her. When he got there,
noble of him.
he went to their bedroom, and it was just an awful sight. Basically, like right around where the pillow would be, there was just a pool of blood, and it was dripping onto the floor, and there was like a pool of blood on the floor. And things had been scattered around the bedroom. It just, she kept a
The house
ship-shaped
was
house.
very clean. Yeah.
So things were scattered on the floor. But Jennifer herself and Abby, their daughter, were nowhere to be found. I think Abby was 6. So
Well, they got married in 91. At some point after that,
4
they
years
had
later,
her.
they had
It
her.
was-
So it was 95.
and now
now
it's
it's
2001.
2001, so
yeah,
she's 6.
Yeah.
So Michael calls 911 right away. And he also noted that Abby's school clothes were still laid out on her bed for her. So it looked like she had never even left for school that day.
Okay.
So the officer arrived, and he noted that the scene looked like Michael had described on the call. But he noticed that there were no drag marks or any footstep marks, despite the extremely large puddle of blood on the bed that spilled onto the floor. Like, where's the body that's leaked all this blood everywhere? And why aren't there any
Wasn't there a
drip
trail
marks
of blood?
or
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
drag marks or whatever? So that was weird.
Almost like she either died there or was bleeding out, and then she was put into something and moved.
Yes.
But not like she was put into a big suitcase that left like wheel marks leading out of the room, or like
yes.
she just got put in a tarp and then thrown over somebody's shoulder and walked out.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
she was in a body bag or something.
Yeah.
So let's see. The last area the crime scene techs processed was in the garage. There was a van parked in the stall. So they found numerous bloodstains in the van. It was behind the steering wheel, and it was on the brake pedal. Just weird places for blood to be.
Okay.
To the detectives, it looked like a kidnapping of the mom and child. But the blood in the bedroom in the van didn't seem like a typical kidnapping
No.
aspect. So they're a little baffled.
Unless you killed the mom in order to kidnap the daughter. Like,
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just leave her body there?
yeah, like you, yeah.
It's
yes.
just weird.
Yeah.
So the detectives began their investigation with Michael. That's all they had to go on so far. So he was brought to the police station for questioning. And of course, they want to know, what's your marriage like? And Michael described the relationship with Jennifer as very strong, and he said they had wonderful marriage. He described Jennifer as a very responsible person, very dedicated to Abby and to their marriage and to her God. And he said he couldn't think of anyone who had any malice against Jennifer or Abby.
Yeah.
So during that time, the church, of course, pulled together to help search for Jennifer and Abby. There were actually thousands of people who came together to help. They were searching by horseback, ATV, on foot, and helicopter, and nobody slept. They just wanted to go and go and go until they found them. So,
Yeah.
they're really going above and beyond. They love Jennifer and Abby, obviously, and Michael.
I'm sure.
you
And
know.
nobody likes the idea of like, there's blood in the mom's room, so we want to believe that Jennifer's okay, but she lost a lot of blood. But there wasn't blood in the daughter's room. So, just realistically thinking, like, mom might be dead, but the daughter might not be. And time is of the essence. Like,
Exactly.
like, if there's a chance of finding either of them alive, it's got to be now. Like, that pressure on a town and on, like,
Yeah,
that's real. Like,
it is, to the point that you're just going
you
to
wouldn't be able to sleep.
go,
Yeah,
go on
yeah.
adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah. On November 16th, 2001, Jennifer and Abby had been missing 3 days now, so that was the 13th.
The 13th through the 16th, yeah.
Okay. Michael actually went on the TV for a news, what do you call that?
Like he was interviewed.
Yeah, like an interview. He was just like, it was just
Or
like
like
outside with
a
a bunch of news
Like a
people.
public, like a
Yes.
public outcry, like,
Yes. And he was just begging for information. And he begged for her captors to allow them to come home. Everyone in his family and church were right there by his side, Michael was very helpful with the police, and he checked in often to see what was happening or what he could do. Meanwhile, the detectives are still investigating the crime scene, and they're trying to look at all possible scenarios, including whether Jennifer took Abby voluntarily and left Michael. But there was no evidence that she had means to do that. In other words, no credit card purchases, bank withdrawals, nothing, no missing items or clothing that they might need, not even any missing food that they might need,
right. And still, like, how do you account for all the blood?
Yes.
Like, unless she had just been, like, in Gone Girl, where she, like, collects her own
Collected.
blood for a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
I mean, they're looking at every possible scenario,
Yeah.
and they're debunking each one. So next they focus on the blood on the bed. They were canvassing the neighborhood to see if anyone heard anything, like an argument or any kind of commotion. And this was the weird part. The neighbors didn't even know the Blaggs at all. A next door neighbor didn't even know that they lived there. So while their church community knew them semi well, you know what I mean?
yeah.
The people in their neighborhood said the windows were always shut and the blinds were always closed. They would park their car in the garage so no one actually saw them getting in or out of the house. It made investigators wonder if there was something else going on in their relationship that Michael wasn't telling them.
Yeah, like, you have a small child, it's weird to never see the mom outside with the child. Like, oh, like, they weren't overly friendly. They never came and said hi to us. But I did see her playing outside with her daughter every day or something. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a very social person, but my neighbors see me,
yeah.
take the dog
I mean,
out
my
or
neighbors would probably say, like,
go to the garbage.
she never opens her windows. She never opens her blinds. But
Right.
they would say, I see her come and go. I see her mow the lawn. I see her play football with her kids.
They wouldn't say, we didn't think anybody lived there.
I hear yelling in the house, whether it be because we're, like, goofily singing or because I'm like, pick up your shit. Like, one
Right.
word, like, they can tell that they would know. There's 3 people. There's a routine. Like,
Right.
like, yeah, it's weird to be like, and, like, isn't, like, the good Christianly thing to, like, know your neighbors? Like, why did he not want
Yeah,
a
it just
connection
doesn't-
with your neighbors at all? Like,
It doesn't jibe with this Christian life and then this weird hermit life.
And I don't necessarily want to be best friends with my neighbors, but I do want to know them. I do want to know if I trust them or not. Like, I do want to know who's living next door to me. Like,
Yeah.
I want to at least feel it out and know, like, okay, keep an eye on this motherfucker or not. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
yeah.
So one thing that they did find was a journal that Jennifer kept. It was a running log of her and Abby's lives, basically. So we did this, Abby did this, she achieved this, this is going on. Also some medical stuff that was going on with her. Scriptures that meant a lot to her. It was very vanilla, except one note. One note indicated that there were problems in the marriage. So, also problems in the house. Apparently, there was a fight the Friday before she went missing. What she wrote, and all she wrote was, fought with Mike on Friday. Or just kind of written the margins, even. It wasn't even, like, written.
In the in the
Yeah,
main idea.
right. So the investigators confronted Michael about the diary entry.
What'd you guys fight about?
Yeah. He said he doesn't know anything about a fight or anything about it. But then the investigators found a note from him to her that she had saved, apologizing for letting the devil get a foothold in their lives.
Oh.
So now Michael is being looked at much more closely because they know he's
That could
lying.
really mean anything. Could mean so many things, but obviously something not good.
Why wouldn't he just say, what was this fight about?
Yeah, it's almost, if you've been together for any amount of time, it's almost weird to be like, no, we never fight. Everything's perfect. Like,
Totally.
bull fucking shit. You've never had a disagreement about something.
Right.
Especially if you have a kid together. Especially if you've been together more than, 2 years. Yeah. Something's come up, we always had a disagreement about the, it always came back to this, but that was really it, or something
Right.
Admitting or trying to admit that you had a perfect relationship is a fucking red flag.
Exactly. That's what the police are thinking. It just red flag everywhere.
People disagree about things. That's normal. It does not.
So the lead investigator actually said that he described it as Michael's halo was beginning to slip.
Yeah.
So now they got a search warrant for the personal computer and cell phones of Michael. And guess what they found? Can you guess? I'm just going to see if you can guess.
Is it like that other dipshit that was like, is it true that if you get hit in the head that you could be unconscious? Do you remember?
Can you go unconscious by getting hit in the head?
How hard do you have to hit someone
to go unconscious?
Fucking dipshit.
No, it wasn't that.
Was it that he was cheating?
Sort of, but not really.
Porn.
Lots of porn.
The devil got a foothold. How did I know?
Lots and lots. Thousands of hardcore pornography.
I don't know exactly what that means, but...
Oh, okay.
I just don't, I don't want to go into it because this episode's long enough, but
Well, I'm not going to go into it either, but basically, the images all had a similar pattern. It was men dominating women.
Okay.
But described as disturbing by the detective. And basically very graphic images of disturbing content.
Okay.
Investigators...
So, we're talking, rape porn. We're talking about, the girl seemingly having, no control in the situation. Okay, I get why that's considered, hardcore. When people say, oh, yeah, hardcore porn, I'm just you're going to have to be more, you're going to have to give me, whatever little sub-tab it is that you clicked on, because what does that mean? That could mean so many fucking things. You know what I mean? Okay, I get it. I get why that's...
Just wait till you hear what's going on with this. Okay, so basically, the investigators characterized Michael as having an obvious porn addiction.
Yeah.
But they questioned him about it. Michael said the porn was for Jennifer. It wasn't for him at all. It was for educational purposes. She was using it to learn how to serve him in the bedroom. Michael said that because of their strong religious backgrounds, neither one of them had much experience with sexual things.
Okay.
So it was her desire to watch the porn to learn how to please him as his wife.
Right. And they're both so vanilla, but they both just stumbled upon this one particular kind of subsect of porn where, it's not like learning how to give a better BJ porn. It's not like
You and the detectives are like right on because they didn't buy this at all.
it's not like introducing anal.
Right.
It's not like, any of the other step up things that you would think if you were just a
"Oh,
missionary
honey,
every night.
Can you dress as a maid tonight?
Yes,
You know?
No, we jumped right to we're tying this bitch up.
Right.
She looks like she's been crying. That's how she wants to better serve me. Her idea.
Right. Everyone who knew Jennifer said, as a spiritual Christian woman, they couldn't see her even knowing the search terms needed to search for the type of porn they found on his computer.
And I will say that's bullshit. I don't think that anybody's that naive, but I will say it just doesn't make sense that it would be her idea. Like, I bet what he would want is for me to be completely tied up.
That is exactly what they said, that a woman in general would not find this to be fulfilling or wanted maritally by their husband.
Unless the husband had been saying, what would really get me off?
Yes.
Is if I could tie you up or do these, if you would let me beat you or
right.
Or play out a rape fantasy. He would had to have introduced that to her for her to know this is what would get him off. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's a pretty, if he had said nothing ever and just seemed not enthused with sex, that's a pretty wild place for her to jump right to. I bet this would get him hard. No, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
No. And so investigators were like, okay, so we've got her saying they had a fight on Friday, him apologizing for letting the devil into their lives. But now he's saying this is her porn and I don't know anything about a fight. So they're putting it together.
Yeah. And if she was someone who was a little bit more into watching porn to help their or whatever, her fucking her journal would not have been so vanilla.
Yeah, that was the other thing. There was nothing in the journal about any porn.
Last night, even if it was last night got real spicy with a little smiley face, even if she didn't go into detail.
Right.
If the sex was something that was you think that she would have memoired it.
Yeah. She kept a lot of journals.
Yeah.
Investigators then learned that her best friend in South Carolina, whose name was Edie, had said Jennifer had called her crying 2 weeks before this happened. Jennifer was so upset she couldn't even tell her what she was crying about. Just that it was terrible. And
yeah, it's embarrassing to say, and it's especially if you're deeply religious. It's shocking. Talk about that. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And she asked Edie if she and Abby could come stay with her.
Oh, wow.
And Edie said, with Michael? And she said, no, without Michael. And detectives knew, based on all of their detecting, the investigating, that she never went anywhere without Michael to vacations or, there weren't going to be any trips. So this was significant.
Yeah.
In other words, she's planning to get away from him.
Yeah.
And something disturbing happened, causing her to be very upset. So they're putting it all together. She found the porn. It's very upsetting to her. And he's lying about the whole thing, saying it's her porn. There was no fight.
Right. Fight? I don't know what you mean.
So now what they do is decide to put surveillance on him around the clock, just to see what happens. And guess what they catch him doing?
Throwing away evidence.
Okay. No. He's a manager at this company. He's an engineer.
Okay.
He makes six figures.
Yes.
They caught him stealing bullshit things from his job, like bins and tables and equipment. Just bullshit stuff. Not anything worth any kind of real money.
Right.
But they caught him stealing it. So they bring him in on February 5th of 2002.
Like, yo, why you stealing shit?
They bring him in for questioning. And you can tell that he's starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah.
It's getting to him. They could tell. So they put it on. They really press him.
Yeah.
And they got him to admit to the theft. And then they said, well, why did you steal it? He said, I don't know. And then his answer for everything is, I don't know.
I don't know.
And then
Sometimes I just be stealing shit.
then he admitted that he was addicted to pornography. So now he's changing his tune.
Yeah.
And he said that Jennifer told him she didn't like it and she told him to quit. And by now he's actually sobbing and crying his eyes out. Just a blubbering mess.
Yeah.
In the investigation room. And you got to know that he knows they know. You know?
Yeah.
And
I know now that he knows that they know what he knows. I know.
So they just asked him point blank, where are the bodies? And then Michael said he couldn't tell him that. It had been 10 hours of interviewing by this time. So it seemed like he was just about ready to break. And then he shifted gears and said, I will tell you the truth, but I will tell you after I talk to an attorney who tells me what that will mean for me. So that's very cryptic.
Okay, homie. I'll tell you the truth, but after I cover my ass.
Basically.
Yeah.
So
because like I want to come clean, but like I really don't want to go to jail though. Like this is not cool for me. So
basically
I have to see what the consequences of my actions are going to be, which is a new concept to me. So
that is exactly it. So they ended the interview. But at the end of the interview, there was a telephone call from Michael, and it was his boss telling him he was fired.
The walls were closing in for
That
Michael.
is exactly what's going on. So the next day, they went to his house to pick up the stolen items. And one of the investigators said they thought they heard a car running inside the garage.
Oh, God. Was he trying to kill himself?
So that's what they're saying. There wasn't actually a car running inside the garage. I think this is just something the police said in order to have a reason to kick in the door, because that's what they did, was kicked in the door.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Because there wasn't
You hear a
car.
kerfuffle in there? Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Probable cause.
if you read between the lines, I think that's what was going on. But what they did find was that Michael was laying naked in the bathtub in some warm water with his wrist bleeding. Okay. There was a picture of Abby and Jennifer behind him on the ledge.
This man is really hurting, guys.
And there was a Bible, and there was a note saying, I didn't do this.
I didn't do this. From the fucking Tim Robinson. I just picture him as Tim Robinson right now. Like, I didn't fucking do this. I didn't do any of this.
Who is Tim Robinson? What is that from?
Oh, I think you should leave.
I think you should leave.
Yes. I've never made you watch this show. It's the funniest show I've ever seen in my life, Mom.
Maybe. Is that the one where the guy's like, I did too much?
Yes, with the mask on his face.
Yes.
And he says, I can't breathe. I'm telling you that I can't.
Oh, okay, yes.
I don't want to be around anymore. You're saying that you don't want to live because of the mask? Yeah.
Yeah, I did see
Here,
that.
hold on.
I didn't read shit. I didn't fucking do this. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this. This world's fucking so fucked up. I'm done. Do what you want. Pull the plug. I'll kill you.
That's that guy right there in that moment.
Okay. All right. Yeah, now I get it. I didn't do this. So the detective says to him right there, "You might be dying, so tell me where Abby and Jennifer are at." And Michael says he didn't know where they were at. So they took him to the hospital.
At that point, I would have been like, and I would have like drowned him a little bit in the water and then brought him back up and been like, "Do you want to try again? Do you remember now? No?"
You'd have made a great detective.
I've been like, "Guys, look away." Motherfucker.
This guy's about to have an accident.
Yeah. Oh, he's slipping. Somebody go get help from the paramedics. We're losing him.
He's drowning in here. So basically, they find out at the hospital that the cuts were superficial. So he wasn't going to ever die.
No, he
them.
loved himself way too fucking much to actually hurt himself.
Right. So they sent him home. And then the investigators received a tip. Don't you love tipsters?
Just the tip.
It was from one of Michael's co-workers at this engineer plant.
Okay.
It was about Michael's activities on November 13th, which was the day that Jennifer and Abby went missing.
Oh, tell me he had like a GPS company vehicle or something, please.
Well, it was security cam footage, which they never have. Nobody ever has security cam footage. And why the investigators didn't check the security cam footage is beyond me. They just didn't think of it at the time. Maybe at that time it wasn't.
Like at his work site?
Yeah. It wasn't like on their radar.
Well, maybe they thought because his work site is monitored and gated and had a security camera that they weren't there, or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But this co-worker
Okay.
saw something suspicious to him.
Okay.
So basically the footage was Michael had been dumping garbage that day. But he was a nuclear engineer, a manager, with absolutely nothing to do with trash duty. Shouldn't have been dumping.
And never had a history of like dumping his home garbage at work before that. Like my dad uses his work dumpster little bits here and there. Like if security cam caught him doing that last week, not that unusual. He's been doing it the past 20 years that he's worked there every once in a while.
Yes.
But if it was like, I've never seen him dump his trash before.
Yeah,
he
no.
always uses home service. He's never been near the dump. Then yeah, that's like a huge fucking red flag.
Right. So it was determined through some investigating that the dumpster was dumped at the Mesa County landfill. So on May 13th of 2002, which
That's
was
really hard to find anybody at a fucking landfill.
I know.
If not goddamn near impossible.
I know. Can you imagine?
And did you say May 13th?
Yes.
So it's been
6
December,
months.
January, February,
to
March,
the
April,
date.
May. 6 months. Yeah. No.
It's been 6 months, but they set out to find the trash from that dumpster at the landfill. It covered more than 100 acres.
Yeah. that
So
would
they
be
had to
so
use
hard.
GPS and logs from the garbage, the dumpster.
About where
trucks.
they, yeah.
They found a general area that the trash was dumped in 6 months ago. Of course, they have to dig down.
Just think about decomp would be accelerated because
It was hot.
the temperature, the environment that you're in you're surrounded by things that are decomposing rapidly. You know what I mean? Like
The stench was absolutely unbearable, and it was just filthy. But guess what? Every officer was committed to finding Abby and Jennifer's body.
yeah,
so
so
they just-
you don't want to think about
They
a
withstood it.
woman and a little girl. That's their fucking graveyard. Like
Yep. So they have, those big, what's that machine called that has the big bucket that digs?
a backhoe,
Maybe. It's like a longer bucket than a backhoe. It's not like a claw. It's like the
a front loader,
front loader. So they're using
a front end loader. Yeah.
So they're using like that to dig.
And then putting those like on a tarp and like sifting through individual piles.
Well, I don't even know that they were doing that at the time. They were just digging and then, yeah, probably. Okay, so that's what's going on at the dump site. Meanwhile, Michael leaves town. On June 4th, investigators found something at the landfill. So basically, the bucket reached into the earth, comes up, turns around, and everybody saw a leg hanging out of the side of the bucket. It was Jennifer.
Holy shit, they found them.
I know. Can you believe it? I mean, it's just like a miracle. It's like a needle in a haystack, literally.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yep, they found her. All that filth and stench, and they were like, we're going to get this guy, this Christian.
This motherfucker.
Yep. This Christian guy with all this porn. So now, the dump site, the landfill, is a crime scene, and they were treating it as such. So they recovered the leg, part of the body, and her head. And the autopsy actually determined that she had been shot in the head. The amount of blood on her bed gave detectives a solid idea of where she had been shot.
Yeah.
Michael Blegg was living at his mother's house in Georgia. He was still under surveillance, so they had no problem finding him.
Yeah.
They arrested him and brought him back to Colorado. And now they're searching. Now they're like, we got to find Abby, you know? So days went by, nothing. They're just not finding her. She was only 6. They didn't want to give up, but they couldn't find her, so they had to stop because they had enough to put him away. They just couldn't put any more recesses into finding her.
You know, police stations and things like that only have so much money and so many resources to use. And once you know that you can put a guy away potentially for life for murder, it's probably, you know, the best you're going to get now is murder 2. I don't think you can say that it was pre-planned from the evidence that they have, but murder 2 can still get you put away for a long time. How long do you keep looking for and pouring resources? In a perfect world, forever until you find her. But that's not the world we live in. We live in a capitalistic society. There's only so much money to go around for stuff.
It's true.
So you do as much as you can do to get the guy put away. That's all you can do.
Right. It's terrible.
Not to mention, he could just fucking say, where she, like, yeah, I definitely put them both in the trash. So if you can't find her, that, you know.
Yeah.
She was there. But
so they couldn't charge him with the murder of Abby because there was no proof that she had been murdered. There just wasn't any solid proof. The prosecutor said that his motive centered around control, and that's what they depicted it as. They said his secret got out about the porn, and she was planning to leave him, and he was losing control.
yeah.
And he was not going to let that happen, so he decided she wasn't going to walk away. And when they showed the jury the photos of Jennifer's decayed remains, the jury was openly disturbed. The detective was openly shaken. But Michael had no reaction whatsoever. He was completely emotionless. So on April 15th of 2004, they rested the case and the jury went for deliberations. They had a verdict less than 24 hours later. Guilty. Guess what? First-degree murder.
Did they get first degree?
They did.
Wow.
Life in prison.
Awesome.
I know, right? That was when Michael showed emotion.
Oh, I'm sure when it's about him.
Yep,
and he's
his head went
devastated.
down and he just,
Oh, yeah.
collapsed on the table. 11 years after the conviction, it was overturned. I know, due to an issue with one of the jurors. So they had to retry him in 2018.
So he appealed it and it was overturned. So they said, we'll try it again.
He was back on trial for a second time. They found him guilty again. Another life sentence.
Haha, fucko.
Yep. This guy just thought he was so smart. He thought his halo was just going to shine through and nobody would ever suspect him of anything.
I just wonder if there wasn't evidence of blood of the daughter in the house that they could even, because we've had substantial cases where you can charge for no body, like not finding a body but still charge for murder. So there must have been no evidence that was ever recovered that showed that she lost any kind of blood or sustained an injury
Right.
that could have even maybe resulted in death. But then where was she, you know?
Right.
And what do we know about this guy is that he's not going to give up control, so he's not going to let his offspring go somewhere else. It's not like he turned her in an orphanage or something. And
This guy, sicko.
so what do you think? I don't know. Probably, I think if I was a detective, I would have looked for any kind of medications or like Benadryl or something in the house to see if there was anything in the house that indicated that he like drugged her and then suffocated her or something, you know?
Yeah. It is a wonder, like why
He
there
obviously
was no
didn't-
evidence.
Shoot her there in the home
Right.
like he did Jennifer.
Right.
So,
So what did he do? Because she's not there. She's gone.
yeah, he didn't want to have to take care of her. With Jennifer gone, he had to get rid of her too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it's-
I don't know. Or what if she is alive? What if he took her somewhere with plans like lay low for a little while and then get her back? You know what I mean? I don't know. Why not take her to your mom's? Why not let your mom raise her? You know, obviously, why do any of the fucking things that he did? I get that, but I'm saying I'm thinking in his mind frame of like a person who's fucked up. Like,
yeah.
I get it. You want your woman dead because she's gonna leave you, and like, how dare she? And she better not embarrass you by telling people about your porn thing. So, I get it.
I mean, obviously, all the doting and all of the wonderful things was about him, not them.
Yeah,
It was about making himself feel good,
like I said, it's
not about
conditioning.
true
It's
caring.
Pavlovian. It's, you know, ring the bell, get the food. You know, it's training her that if you keep me happy, I will be nice to you. And doesn't it feel so good? Don't you like being treated well, as we all do?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't make me happy in every single way, I won't dote all over you. And I'm also quite sure that the doting probably only happened in public, which is why she was so obsessed with being at the church and doing things that were surrounded by people, because he was
Pavlovian.
probably treating her better when other people were around, and that's something
That
that she
makes
was
sense.
picking up on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they were alone at home, I'm sure he wasn't
Yeah.
falling all over her. He was
hermit,
putting on a show. Yeah.
Dirty porn addiction guy. I could just see him in his little computer.
Just like that. Yeah. So, yeah. What a shame, and what a shame that they've never found Abby.
And let me be clear, because I don't want to alienate my porn watching audience. I don't have anything against porn.
Yeah.
Just guys that
Lie about it.
lie about
or
it and
put
murder their family
or
and try to
put
say
their-
that it's their wives.
put their needs above everything else.
Yeah.
You know, everything's good in moderation. So,
To each his own. Live and let
Yeah.
live. If it's not hurting anybody else, it's your thing.
yeah.
So that was my very good case for the day. Hopefully it was listenable.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't.
I think I did all the rambling.
I don't know. I'm all over the place.
We're never going to get off of that. It's just funny.
No, it does. It'll make me laugh forever. But all right, guys. Well, thanks for being with us today. And, you know, what a story. Can't believe they never found the little girl.
Such a shame.
They're just treated like trash. What a piece of shit. Like so many of our cases. But thank you for sticking it out and listening, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought about the case or about us personally. Why don't you just go ahead and call me fat and get it over with?
Do they have cross emojis? I'm trying to think of something we could leave special for Jennifer and Abby. Maybe an
I'm sure that they
angel.
do have a yeah, they have an angel. Leave an angel for Abby and Jennifer. Their faith was very important to them,
It
and
was.
nobody deserves what they got. So, all right, guys. Well,
Tune in
stay
next
tuned
time.
Stay tuned for our next episode.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.